Barron Trump had always been different from his siblings. While his father, Donald Trump, dominated the world of business and politics with sheer charisma and negotiation tactics, Barron was a thinker, a strategist, someone who believed in the power of technology to transform leadership. Now, at 19 years old, Barron had been quietly observing the political landscape, studying the gaps in governance, and analyzing ways the country could be ruled more efficiently. His mind was like a machine, constantly processing ideas, fueled by his deep interest in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and digital governance. It was on his birthday, March 20th, 2025, when the idea truly struck him. Sitting in the private lounge of Mar-a-Lago, sipping a fruit smoothie, he scrolled through the latest news. Headlines flashed about economic instability, security threats, and debates over outdated government systems. His father, now serving as president again, had been facing challenges from all sides, criticism from the opposition, issues in economic management, and the ever-growing cyber threats from international adversaries. Barron locked his phone and leaned back, staring at the ceiling. He knew his father was a brilliant man in his own way, but the world had changed. Traditional leadership alone wouldn't be enough anymore. It was time to revolutionize governance with technology. Determined, Barron set out to build his vision. He needed to create a structured, technological plan that could assist his father in ruling the nation with efficiency, security, and futuristic innovation. He knew his father respected ideas that produced results. If he wanted to convince him, he had to present something powerful. Over the next few days, Barron immersed himself in his research. He consulted with top AI experts, cybersecurity analysts, and digital governance specialists, all under the radar. He drafted blueprints, designed potential government software models, and envisioned a future where the United States ran on the most advanced technological systems in the world. His project, which he called Project Dominion, had 5 key elements. AI-driven governance, a system that used artificial intelligence to streamline bureaucracy, analyze policies, and predict future economic and political trends with data-backed decisions. Cybersecurity Fortress, a next-generation cyber defense system to protect the country from international hackers, cyber-terrorists, and digital warfare. Blockchain for government transparency, an incorruptible, decentralized ledger for government transactions, ensuring every dollar spent was publicly recorded and free from manipulation. Smart infrastructure upgrades, using IT, Internet of Things, to optimize traffic systems, energy grids, and even law enforcement monitoring for faster response times and crime prevention. Digital voting and citizen engagement platform, a foolproof, fraud-proof, and hack-proof online voting system, increasing voter participation and making elections more secure than ever. With everything ready, Barron knew it was time for the hardest step, convincing his father. One evening, he requested a private meeting with Donald Trump in the White House. His father, intrigued by Barron's unusually serious tone, agreed. As Barron stepped into the Oval Office, he took a deep breath. This was his moment. "All right, kid," Donald Trump said, leaning back in his chair. "You've got my attention. What's this all about?" Barron smiled, his mind sharp and ready. "Dad," he said, placing a sleek, futuristic tablet on the desk, "I have a plan. A plan that will make your presidency unlike anything America has ever seen." Donald Trump arched an eyebrow, adjusting his red tie as he leaned forward in his chair. He had always been proud of Barron, but this was different. His youngest son wasn't just sharing an idea, he was presenting something with the kind of determination Trump admired. "All right," Trump said, tapping a finger on the desk. "Let's hear it. But it better be good." Barron smiled, knowing he had his father's attention. He tapped the screen of his tablet, bringing up a sleek, high-tech presentation. The first slide read, "Project Dominion, the future of American governance." "Dad, let's be honest," Barron began. "Running a country like America today is way more complicated than it was years ago. There's too much bureaucracy, too many loopholes, and too many inefficiencies. The government needs to be faster, smarter, and immune to corruption." Trump nodded, folding his arms. "Go on." Barron swiped to the next slide. "This is where AI-driven governance comes in. Imagine an intelligence system that analyzes every policy before you sign it. It uses real-time data, economic trends, and even historical patterns to predict the outcome of a decision before it's made. No more guesswork. No more bad deals. You'll know exactly what works and what doesn't." Trump stroked his chin. "You mean like a supercomputer making decisions for me?" Barron shook his head. "No, not replacing you, assisting you. Think of it as a powerful advisor that never makes emotional mistakes. It can warn you before a financial crisis hits. It can tell you which laws will actually boost the economy and which ones are a waste of time. It's like having the best economists, strategists, and intelligence analysts working for you 24/7 without the bias. Trump's eyes lit up. Huh. Sounds smart. And powerful. But what about security? I don't want some hacker in China messing with my decisions. Barron was prepared for this. He tapped again, switching to the next slide. Cybersecurity Fortress, America's digital shield. This, Barron said, is the most advanced cyber defense system in the world. Right now, other countries are attacking us digitally. Elections, banking systems, military data hackers are constantly trying to break in. We need a system that predicts and blocks cyber threats before they even happen. Trump frowned. You mean like a cyber army? Exactly, Barron said. Using AI, we can detect threats in real time. Hackers won't even get the chance to attack us because our system will shut them down before they start. No leaks, no election meddling, no more cyber espionage. Trump leaned back, clearly interested. Okay. I like it so far. But I need to know, how does this help me win even bigger? We're talking legacy, Barron. What makes this revolutionary? Barron grinned. That's where blockchain government transparency comes in. He tapped again, bringing up a chart of government spending. Right now, taxpayers have no idea where their money is going. Corrupt politicians move funds around and the public loses trust. But with blockchain, every dollar spent by the government is recorded in a public, unchangeable ledger. No one can manipulate the numbers. The people see where their taxes go, and you become the first president to truly eliminate corruption. Trump's face lit up. I love that. The media can't spin lies if the facts are right there in front of everyone. Exactly, Barron said. This would make your administration the most transparent in history. No one could accuse you of shady deals because every transaction is visible to the public. Trump stood up, pacing the room. He was clearly impressed but still thinking it over. All right, I'll admit it, kid. You've got something here. But let's talk infrastructure. People want real changes. Can your tech fix that too? Barron swiped to the next slide. Of course. Smart infrastructure upgrades. He showed an animated diagram of a futuristic city. Traffic congestion, energy waste, even emergency response times, these are all things that can be improved with AI and IT. Smart traffic lights that adjust based on real-time traffic. Power grids that prevent blackouts. Law enforcement that gets to crime scenes faster with AI-powered dispatching. Everything runs smoother and you take the credit for making it happen. Trump whistled. You're telling me we could have a super efficient America like one big, well-oiled business? Exactly, Barron said. But there's one more thing, the biggest game changer of them all. He swiped to the final slide, digital voting and citizen engagement. Elections have always been messy, Barron said. Voter fraud accusations, long lines, outdated machines. What if we created a completely secure online voting system? One that uses blockchain to prevent tampering? Everyone can vote from their phones with facial recognition verifying their identity. Trump's eyes widened. So no more dead people voting? Not a chance, Barron confirmed. The system would be fraud-proof. And not just that, citizens could directly engage with the government through an app. They could submit ideas, vote on local issues, and even give real-time feedback on policies. Trump clapped his hands together. Barron, this is huge. If we pull this off, we'll be running the most advanced government in the world. Barron smirked. That's the goal. Trump grabbed his phone. We need to call my best people, tech experts, military officials, economists. We're making this happen. Barron knew he had done it. His father was on board. Project Dominion was no longer just an idea, it was about to become reality. The next morning, the White House was buzzing with activity. Donald Trump had wasted no time. He called in a private meeting with his closest advisors, tech experts, and military strategists. Seated at the long, polished conference table in the Situation Room, they were about to witness something no previous administration had attempted, a complete technological transformation of governance. Barron stood confidently at the front of the room, dressed in a sharp navy blue suit. He had spent the entire night refining his pitch, preparing for any skepticism. Trump leaned forward, tapping his fingers on the table. All right, folks. My son has an idea, no, a vision that's going to make America stronger, smarter, and safer than ever before. I want all of you to listen. And I mean really listen. Barron took a deep breath and began. What I'm about to show you isn't just a set of ideas, it's a revolution in governance. Project Dominion will make the U.S. government more efficient, more transparent, and more powerful than any administration in history. And it starts with AI. A military general with a graying beard frowned. Artificial intelligence running the government? That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Barron shook his head. Not running it, enhancing it. AI won't replace decision-making. It will assist. Right now, our government is reactive. We wait for problems to happen before we respond. AI can predict and prevent problems before they even occur. He tapped on his tablet and a live simulation appeared on the large screen behind him. The room watched in awe as a virtual model of the U.S. economy adjusted in real time, analyzing stock market trends, inflation rates, and trade agreements. The AI made instant projections showing which policies would succeed and which ones would cause recessions. The Secretary of Treasury leaned forward, fascinated. So this system could tell us if a policy will hurt the economy before we pass it? Exactly, Barron confirmed. No more gambling with tax dollars. Every decision will be data-backed and foolproof. Trump grinned. Sounds like something I could have used a long time ago. The next slide appeared, showcasing Cybersecurity Fortress. Let's talk security, Barron continued. Right now, China and Russia are attacking us digitally every single day. Our government databases are vulnerable. Elections are at risk. But with AI-powered cybersecurity, we'll detect cyber threats before they strike. The Homeland Security Director narrowed his eyes. How does it work? Barron tapped the screen again, revealing a map of cyber attacks happening worldwide in real time. This system monitors every network in the country, tracking threats and identifying unusual patterns. If a cyber attack is coming, the AI shuts it down instantly. No more leaks. No more foreign interference. The room was silent. They all understood the gravity of this. Then came blockchain government transparency. This, Barron said, pointing at the screen, is how we eliminate corruption. Every dollar spent by the government will be recorded in an unchangeable blockchain ledger. No backdoor deals, no missing funds. The public will see where every cent of their taxes goes. Trump turned to his advisors. How do you think the American people will feel about knowing their money isn't being wasted? They'll love it, one of the political strategists admitted. This could change everything. Barron nodded. And the best part? It's incorruptible. Even if someone wanted to manipulate the system, they couldn't. Every transaction is permanent and public. The meeting continued for hours, going deep into the details of smart infrastructure upgrades and digital voting. By the time Barron finished, the room was filled with murmurs of excitement and cautious optimism. Trump stood up, looking around. Gentlemen, I think we all know what needs to happen. We're going to launch Project Dominion. And we're going to make it unstoppable. A thunderous round of agreement followed. Barron had done it. His vision was no longer just an idea. It was about to change the future of America. The launch of Project Dominion was met with both excitement and skepticism. While Trump's administration saw the potential for a technologically advanced government, not everyone was on board. Media outlets immediately jumped on the story. Some praised the initiative, calling it the future of governance. Others criticized it, claiming it was a power grab disguised as innovation. Barron knew the real challenge wasn't just building the systems, it was convincing the American people that this wasn't about control but about efficiency, security, and transparency. 3 days after Trump publicly announced Project Dominion, Barron found himself in a high-stakes meeting on Capitol Hill. Senators and representatives sat in rows, their expressions ranging from curiosity to outright hostility. An elderly senator from California leaned forward. So let me get this straight, your plan is to put AI in charge of government decisions? That sounds dangerously close to giving up democracy. Barron was calm. He had expected this reaction. No, Senator. AI won't be making decisions. It will be analyzing data so that our leaders can make better informed choices. Right now, policies are passed based on lobbying, bias, and political games. Imagine if every law was backed by facts and real-time economic projections. Another senator, this time from Texas, folded his arms. And what about voter fraud? You're talking about digital voting, but we've seen cyber attacks before. How do you make sure this isn't hacked? Barron clicked a button on his tablet, bringing up a live demonstration. This system runs on quantum encryption, the most advanced security technology in the world. It's impossible to hack because every vote is stored in a blockchain ledger. That means no fraud, no duplicate votes, and no foreign interference. The room was quiet. Even the most skeptical senators had to admit it was a powerful idea. But not everyone was convinced. A congresswoman from New York shook her head. This sounds like a slippery slope. AI monitoring everything? Blockchain tracking every dollar? What stops this from becoming a surveillance state? Barron sighed. Transparency. The American people will have access to all the data. This isn't about control, it's about freedom. When the government becomes efficient and accountable, people have more power, not less. The debate raged on, but by the end of the meeting, some lawmakers were coming around. Barron knew it would take time, but he had planted the seeds of a new political era. The cyber attack that changed everything. Just as Project Dominion was gaining momentum, disaster struck. On April 17, 2025, the biggest cyber attack in U.S. history targeted the nation's power grid, banking systems, and even military communications. It was a coordinated assault, something that had been planned for months, if not years. Airports shut down. The stock market crashed. Military bases went into emergency lockdown. America was under attack, but not by bombs or missiles. Barron was in the White House Situation Room when the reports flooded in. Trump slammed his fist on the table. Who the hell is behind this? The intelligence team scrambled to trace the source. Russia? China? A rogue hacker group? No one knew for sure. Barron turned to the lead cybersecurity expert. Can Project Dominion's AI detect the breach? The man hesitated. It's still in early testing, but we can try. Barron nodded. Do it. Within seconds, the AI-powered cybersecurity fortress activated. It scanned millions of data points in real time, tracking the attack back to its source. A large map of the world appeared on the screen, glowing red in one specific location. The hackers weren't in Russia or China. They were in Silicon Valley. Trump's face darkened. You mean to tell me that this attack came from inside our own country? Barron's heart pounded. This wasn't just an external enemy. This was a domestic cyber war. It was now clear Project Dominion wasn't just a tool for innovation. It was America's only defense against the digital battles of the future. The Situation Room was tense. Screens flickered as data analysts scrambled to contain the cyber attack. Military officials shouted orders into headsets. The entire country was under siege without a single bullet being fired. Barron clenched his fists. The AI had done its job. It had traced the attackers to Silicon Valley. But now came the real question: who was behind it? Trump turned to his intelligence director. Tell me we've got boots on the ground already. We do, sir, the director replied. FBI and Cyber Command are closing in. But he hesitated. But what? Trump demanded. The director's expression darkened. This attack, it wasn't done by foreign hackers. It's a coordinated effort by American tech elites. The room fell silent. Barron's mind raced. He had expected resistance from politicians, the media, even rival governments, but he hadn't anticipated corporate America turning against them. Big tech, he muttered. They're trying to stop Project Dominion. Trump's face twisted in anger. Of course. These guys don't want a government that actually works. They want chaos. They want control. The intelligence director nodded grimly. They see Dominion as a threat to their influence. If you eliminate corruption, streamline governance, and expose dark money, their power disappears. Barron exhaled sharply. Then we can't just defend against this. We have to go on the offensive. Within the hour, Cybersecurity Fortress was running at full power. The AI analyzed the hackers' methods, predicted their next moves, and automatically deployed countermeasures. A digital battle unfolded in real time. For every attack the hackers launched, the AI adapted instantly, blocking access points and rerouting secure data. Bank systems rebooted. Power grids stabilized. The stock market began recovering. But Barron knew this wasn't enough. The people needed to see the truth. He turned to his father. Dad, we need to expose them. Right now, big tech controls the media narrative. But if we show the public exactly what's happening, their own companies trying to sabotage the government, they'll turn against them. Trump grinned. You're saying we flip the script? Exactly, Barron said. We live stream the cyber war. Let America watch as we take back control. Within minutes, a special broadcast aired on every major news network and social media platform. The screen showed a live feed of Cybersecurity Fortress in action, exposing the digital attacks, tracing the hackers in real time, and revealing which corporations were involved. The American people were watching history unfold. The backlash was instant. Millions of citizens flooded social media, demanding arrests. Protesters surrounded Silicon Valley headquarters. Congress, which had been hesitant about Project Dominion, now had no choice but to support it. And then the final blow landed. The AI revealed encrypted files taken from the hackers' own systems. These files contained proof that corrupt politicians, media executives, and corporate leaders had been secretly working together to undermine the government. It was the biggest scandal in American history. By the end of the week, dozens of executives and officials were arrested. Congress fast-tracked legislation that gave Project Dominion full clearance. And for the first time in modern history, America's government ran on truth, not politics. Barron stood beside his father in the Oval Office watching the sunrise. "You did it," Trump said, clapping a hand on his son's shoulder. "You changed everything." Barron smiled. "We did it. And this is just the beginning." The age of digital governance had arrived. And America would never be the same.